What's going on, everybody? Once again, I'm with y'all just for a little bit longer, hanging out. We're going to make some poetry happen tonight as we gear up for tomorrow. If you don't know, tomorrow is going to be when we kick off Beyond the Words with Deshaun Ewing. I will be hosting for you at Rise and Grind 2, 2737 North MLK. We'll be hanging out 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. 6 o'clock, we will be kicking off with just some community activities, hanging out, socializing, that kind of thing. You come after work, relax, bring your coworkers, kick it, bring your family, hang out with us. About 7 o'clock, we're going to start our open mic, and then we actually are going to do a slam competition tomorrow. So come through and hang out with us for the slam competition. If you're not familiar with slam poetry, slam competitions, please come out and check it out. It's going to be a treat for you. I promise that. The way we're going to do it is there's going to be a cash prize on the line. But it's going to be one that will increase with the number of participants we have. So if we only have one person that shows up to slam, to compete, they're going to go ahead and be able to get on the mic, say a few words, and get $20. We get 2 people, we're going to give them $40 as the prize for the winner. 3 people, the prize will go up to $60. 4 people, the prize will go up to $80. We're going to cap the prize at $100, 5 people or more who compete. Now, if some people come and they want to put extra in the prize pot, that is possible, that the prize might increase beyond $100. But right now, $100 will be the max at this point in time. So come out tomorrow, check it out. So again, it is an increasing prize pool depending on the number of participants we have. I look forward to seeing y'all for that. We're going to have some poetry right now that I'm going to play for you from some artists, Milwaukee and beyond. These folks have all gonna at some point have been in Milwaukee at some point in time. For the most part, there are going to be some that might not have been, but most of them that I'm going to start out with have been in Milwaukee or are in Milwaukee, such as this lady right here, Miss Dasha Kelly. We're going to kick off with her.
If so you don't know Dasha, and I are watching women's boxing on TV. I don't remember the boxers' names. So let's call one French braid and the other one Cornrows. Cornrows because she was harder. Her body was ripped from life as most of us know it. No carbs, no sweets, no late nights, no red meats, no nothing. Just crunches, raw eggs, practice, and faith. So I'm watching her do her thing. But French braid is bringing the heat. Albeit trimmed in lace and sprayed in jasmine, it was heat just the same. Let me make it plain. Cornrows getting her ass kicked. So now my boyfriend and I are giggling at our own ringside commentary about the party she's missed, the cleavage she's erased, the birthday cake she never ate just to get here and still get her ass kicked. I said, damn, all of that sacrifice was supposed to get her something. I said it out loud. That lowercase scripture we all vow only to mouth inside our private intentions. Okay, I said it. And I know we all agreed not to speak of how we only believe sacrifice to merely be a function of getting what we want. Okay, I said it. I mean, we know we're not worthy sometimes, so we barter, offer to turn out our insides in exchange for some sugary treat. Maybe fame, power, accolades, money, or maybe just heaven. But we gotta have something. We gotta know that if we peel entitlement from our hands like badly blemished skin, that we can still cross our fingers because we're not the type of migrating creatures to bury our greed in the sand, walk away, and trust the providence of evolution. No, we're more like scavenger beasts, haunting our own dark horizon in search of bright and shiny guarantees. See, the concept of sacrifice for us mere mortals is just that. A concept, an idea, a thought, a fancy, a promise that we like to stitch into the sky like loosely embroidered rainbows. There, I said it. And you know what this looks like. We all have the mark of human blotched across our skulls. So we all have laid some easy comfort across an altar and then try to split hairs with God, whispering for his sentinels to circle mercy around our splendor because we gotta have something to point to and polish, proving how we tend to live life training for the victory victory, but not preparing for the fight. And this life is just a battle that has to be survived sometimes. And we work so hard at making things easy, forcing ourselves to keep bobbing and swinging. Even when life is kicking our ass, we stand there, just like Cornrows, taking the blows, watching our own minerals explode from split skin. But we lose the lesson of that surrender because we like to think back to a pact that we made in another man's blood and dare say, damn, all this sacrifice was supposed to get me something.
Dr. Kelly, y'all. Right now you got It's Easier. That's the name of the track with Queen Sheba featuring Milwaukee's own Muhib Dyer, y'all.
Why don't we just give up now, throw in the towel, wave the white flag and bow out? It would be easier than continuing a tradition people take for granted. Life has hit the rocks at the bottom and we were too lazy to catch it. Fell right past complacency and landed on apathetic. Couldn't get you out of bed before noon if we paid you. The built-up haze from the bong left in the bathroom makes it easier to forget who you're supposed to be. Snorting and smoking is easier than absorbing you're supposed to be leading countries. Well, compare it to the time it takes to cop an ounce to the 0.3 seconds it takes to decide to turn your life around. Then tell me which is easier, getting clean or chasing dirty needles filled with HIV. Ask Elaine if you have to be high all the time to become a modern-day revolutionary. We used to take pride in our lineage. It's easier to tell us we're not really Africans while you show up in your dashiki and dreadlocks like our ancestors didn't hold hands while they committed suicide or share ankle shackles on auction blocks. But it's easier for you to remain righteous from a distance than to teach us Yoruba, fry plantain, or make Ethiopian dishes. It's cool. Let the media feed you your perceptions. You don't get a new body after every abortion. Leaving a fetus to die doesn't make it easier to say goodbye, but it's easier than making abstinence the answer. Easier than asking her for her hand in marriage. It's not easier when the baby's spirits come back to visit you. Sometimes I can't sleep at night when all three decide to visit me. And we wouldn't want you to get out of shape for the summer. You're only going to be 16 once, love. And baby fat will never fit like that again, love. The masses will continue to pretend they didn't understand. Traveling poets are revolutionaries on the run. And I know the underground ain't what it used to be, but we can bring it back. We can bring it back. And I know the underground ain't what it used to be, but we can bring it back if we believe. This is the time for rebuilding. We're living for love and our new community. Be your own social adversary. It's easier. It's easier.
Why don't we all live inside the latest 50 Cent video? Same do-rag, same headband, same platinum chain, same bottle of Cristal. Until we all become G-Unit mini-me, hating our women and ourselves, cause it's easier to follow the program than to unplug ourselves from the matrix, where we can have an eternal love affair with being anti-family, anti-fatherhood, anti-anything that's good for our growth and development. Until death do us part, let us sacrifice our growth and development, cause it's easy to be deaf, dumb, and blind than to have wisdom and stand on it. Just like it's easy to be a poet than to have wisdom and stand on it. And I know you didn't think just because I knock hustlers you had a friend. Cause it's easier for me to spit poems at venues and accept your little punk ass money than to risk recently found popularity and call it like I see it. And how I see it is only a select few of y'all is real, while most of y'all is some pork chop revolutionaries. Winning the Huey P. and Angela Davis impersonator competition at the state fair while memorizing the cliff notes to the ISIS papers in your spare time. And I'd rather be Dr. King getting beat by billy clubs and bit in the ass by wild dogs, cause at least he was a man of his word, while it's easier for y'all to be Afrocentric in theory. And hell yeah, I'm talking to you, and most definitely you. So don't clap, don't laugh, or try to build with me on it after I get off stage, cause it's easier for you to pretend that I'm speaking about someone else than to confront me or the issue at hand. And the issue at hand is that it's one life, one love, one nation, one God, communicating through one pen to reach one child. And if you that one nigga standing in the way of me reaching them, move the fuck out the way. It's easy, it's easy.
Queen Sheba, Muhib Dyer, y'all. That's the piece. It's easier. What's good, y'all? If anybody with me, what's going on? Those who will see me later, what's good with you? So we're doing some poetry tonight, getting ready to kicking off what we got going on tomorrow, Beyond the Words. So Beyond the Words is happening at 2737 North MLK, Rise and Grind 2. We will be there 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. 6 o'clock is going to be community building, hanging out. We got some activities, some games. We're going to play and just enjoy being in family. Bring your co-workers, bring your people, bring your family, hang out. 7 o'clock, we're going to try and kick off the open mic. And then looking at about 8:30, we're going to have a slam competition. If you don't know slams, come through. Check out what a slam is all about. Again, it's going to be cash prizes. The cash prize will be based upon the number of competitors we have. So, again, come through, check it out. Tomorrow I will get on and tell you a little bit more about what that's going to look like. If you listen to the first part of tonight on this video, you will hear how the prizes will be staggered based on participation. With that being said, I'm going to do a quick poem that I have in my chapbook that I wrote a while back. This was about 2003. So this piece is called I Choose This One. I actually wrote it on the 4th of July. I want to say it was of 2003. It might have been 2002, maybe a little before that. But yeah, so this is that one. Called I Choose This One. I want you to understand that I don't mind you waving your flag. But remember, your flag didn't have me in mind. I was never stitched into its fabric or its ideology. So don't get mad at me when I wave one of my own, one that represents me, who I am, what I stand for, and what I believe. And you might know it. The colors are red, black, and green, standing for blood, struggle, and land. And with this I stand, convinced that your flag never had me in mind. Just, it was like over time you made it less by your standards. But your standards remind me of a roach invading my home in need of killing, and I'm willing. So while you blindly celebrate ill-gotten independence, waving red, white, and blue, I'll pick up the trinity of my ancestors, wave it proudly for every black man lynched, for every soul raked over coals, for every woman raped and broken, for every child nameless, for every man and woman convicted because of their flesh tone. I write this poem and wave this flag. For every lost soul that wanders, I will wave this flag high into the air to help reparations find me. Wave it for every ancestor that rode the Middle Passage, for the marches of peace and the flashes of violence, for voices silenced, for crack-filled streets, for gun-polluted alleys, for mentally enslaved, for CIA, NSA, Big Brother secret societies, for wiretapped phone calls to mother. I will wave my flag. I will wave truth and hope, unity for black folk. Because through all the anger and pain, confusion and suffering, we didn't quit. With torn skin and broken bones, we ran on, spitting into the wind, dodging it with skill when it came back at us. So, for our true freedom, for our true justice, for our true struggle, I'll wave my flag, the one that best represents me, with colors of red, black, and green. So that's that piece, y'all. Yeah. Written way back when, still stand true today, right? We got all the protests and people protesting the protests with the NFL. I will say last year I didn't watch the game. Don't know if it's going to happen this year either. And I know it might be a empty, symbolic movement on my part because so many people are still watching and supporting. It's what it is. But there's just some truths that just need to be upheld. Some principles that just need to be followed. And there's just some stuff that if you have an owner or you have management that says certain things, I just can't condone it. So I get it. I understand. I respect those that do what you do. But yeah, it's that. So we're going to play a little more some poetry. I got my man Dan Vaughn on deck right now. So this is called The Knowing. Daniel Allen Vaughn, respect to you, brother. I love you. You know you my family. You down there in Mississippi, but you right here in the heart, Milwaukee.
There is a knowing. It's black and white, never the dullness of any gray. Our knowing is exciting and precise, an uneven, checkered, broken monotony. There is a knowing, a familiarity between you and I that fits nicely between the midnight pitch of the black and the blank, pristine canvas of the white. There is a knowing, until now never known, but etched in permanent black upon our canvas. The unknown, that feels like it has been forever. There's a crevice in time between the black and the white that holds a glance, a touch, a wink, a kiss, a dance. And in the belly of that crevice we will hide our truth, keep it sacred and safe. This uneven checkered of unknown familiarity feels so right, feels so us. You have a knowing that exists in shades of pink, a multifaceted you. A knowing I see in a purple haze of royalty. Queen, I look up to you. This majestic knowing of infinite origin that is forever intertwined into the right now knowledge of us. It silently speaks volumes. I have a knowing. It's imagined in spectrum, flashes of possibilities, and we will the way for which we see the light of day. There is always sunshine where you are, and I knowingly draw near from dark places, searching and hoping to create the knowledge of us. Our knowing are brilliant, bright, rust-colored lilies blooming instantly in the wild. A knowing cultured by a passion, soothed by the coo of a wind that we both breathe. Excelling a knowledge, a knowing that only we share, a knowing that only you and I know.
Mississippi, made Milwaukee home for a while, now back there doing his thing in the education field. Proud to call a good friend of mine my brother. We're gonna stop right there. I'm gonna give you one more piece, y'all, before I leave y'all tonight. This one is called Realistic Mythology. Blue-black stigmata creeps into my consciousness as I look into depths unknown, seeing over 1 million tortured souls, some waterlogged, while others worm-infested. I hear the laughter at sights of burning flesh and detached appendages. I hear black voices in the distance sing of freedom as death captures them. The myths of inferiority cloud my horizon, causing me to see from dawn till dusk. Can't see what's in front of me, but I see the blood that drips from bruised lips, fertilizing ground with human frailties, planting distorted dreams into earth. I see the struggle that never stops, even when he stops swinging, stops kicking, stops moving. The madness never stops. Blue-black stigmata appears on my consciousness, Filling my soul with sadness, I taste the pain that falls from hanging limbs that have become wet from rain of mother's tears, as we've watched as they deliver death to her doorstep, and now she watches us deliver death to her doorstep, as we carry it into her home, as we carry it into her dreams, so that awake or sleep is all she sees. She sees the pain of bodies hanging from ropes, bodies drowning at sea. She sees bodies bleeding from torn skin, reflecting scarring of brutality. All she sees is pain, as bullets tear her flesh, leaving behind the residue of suspended dreams. And I still hear the voices of black folk that sing of freedom as death captures them, and their spirits release and find their rest inside disturbed minds. And I become captivated by the blue-black stigmata that clouds my consciousness. Y'all have a good night, good day. Whenever you see this, I hope all is well. But poetry is truth, and truth is poetry. I hope you guys come out tomorrow night. Check us out at Rise and Grind 2, 2737 North MLK. We will be having our open mic. This is the kickoff, so it's open mic along with a slam competition. Please come through and hang out. I want slammers to come through, do what you do, represent, and we got cash prize on the line for you. So I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. I also will be with you tomorrow. I'll speak to you before the event, put a couple messages out so you guys will know that we are on the grind. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, Rise and Grind 2. Thank you for hanging out with me, My Mood Mondays. We'll talk soon.